Hey friends, welcome back. Now we are going to continue our MERN stack series. This is our e-commerce project, and in this video we are going to work on some fixes based on our previous videos. We are going to work on the code improvement and code quality, and also we are going to write some generic inputs, like for example HTML select input. So we are going to replace those kind of input with our generic reusable functional component. Like select will create some generic select component, so we don't need to use our raw HTML select input, and that we can also style those components, right? Also we are going to see how to avoid errors, like from the previous couple of videos I'm getting comments about errors. Some people are getting different kinds of error because of a small minor mistakes. Because of some things they get missed, because of that they are getting errors, right? So we are going to see how we can solve our errors very easily. So let's start with this, and here we have our admin application, and here we have console. Okay, so here we have one error in our console. So first read this. So it is a connection refused. It means it is a network error, and also you can see uncount in promise error, network error. So it's a network error. If it is a network error, then make sure to check your internet connection. If your internet connection is not working properly, then also you will get this network error, right? But in right now my internet connection is very good, so this is not because of network error. So let's go and check the network tab, and let's reload your application. So it's a network error, right? It's a API call failure, and here you can see the first request I made, that is the initial data request, and it got failed. And if you go to the preview, here you're not getting anything. Response, you're not getting anything, right? Headers, you are not getting, yeah, that's totally, you can see the authorization is not there. Preview is failed to load response data. Possibly also check your like backend application is running or not. This is also because of if your backend application is running or not, right? So here this is my admin application that is running now, and in my case my backend application is not running, so I will start it. Let's go to the new, and this is our MERN e-commerce. Here we have cd, and we'll say MERN backend, and we'll say npm start, hit enter. Let's take it down, and yeah, now my backend server is also running. Now let's reload this page again and wait for the moment. Initial data request, right? Again it got failed, but this time I have some status like 400. It's a bad request. If you hover over this, you can see it's a 400 and it's a bad request. Click on this initial data, and this time let's go to the preview tab, and you can see authorization required, right? So this is the API which required authorization token, and only you will get information from the backend. Otherwise it's impossible to get information with this API, right? And this is very true, because this initial data we have created to get the internal details. When you are logged in, you are in the application, and then you can make this call, and you can get the relevant data, like list of products or list of categories and all, right? So we shouldn't make this initial data request over this admin application. Okay, so let's find out first where we are calling this, and we will not call this initial data from here, right? So let's go to your application, and that is also not here. Now here is our complete full application, all three applications, right? So let's close everything, and now let's open again admin application source, and here we have app.js. This is the root component, and yeah, so these all are the pages, right? We are loading based on the URLs, right? And the first is the home page we are loading, but this is our root component, right? This is not within the container. This is our root component app.js, and you can see over here we are making a call initial data within the use effect, within the root component. So obviously it is going to apply everywhere. So if you are logged in, and then you will get all the data, but if you are not logged in, still this app is the app component is the root component, right? So this is going to get called. So we can simply add a simple condition over here, if, and we can say like auth. So obviously we'll check if user is logged in or not. Auth dot authenticate. Oh, what's wrong with me? So we'll say auth dot authenticate, and so if this is true, this is a logged in. If authenticate is true, then it is gonna give you, yeah, it's a true, and then if you can make a call, right? So yeah, let's see one more time. Authenticate, initially it will be false. Okay, we are not going to make a call. After the login, authenticate will be true, and then we can dispatch this action, right? Let's verify this, it's working or not. Let's reload the application. Okay, looks everything fine. Let's reload again. And yes, we are not making any more initial data requests because that is not the requirement over here, right? So we are not making any calls right now over here. Now let's do a login. Okay, let's do submit, and you are okay, cool. Now you can see the login request success, everything. You can also check the redux. So here we have got login success, and based on all the data, success data like user information. So you can see the error, null, message empty, loading false. That is based on the user. Then we have auth, and here we've got token, that is fine. So yes, this is cool. And now let's try to create a page. Okay, so last time we were working on this. Also track this call over the network tab. So let's go say create page, and here, right? So here you can see I'm not getting any information, right? So if you see, we are not getting information because we haven't called any initial data request API yet. Okay, yeah, so that's one more tricky thing you can learn over here, and this is all because of the missing key and all we are doing over here. Yeah, we'll solve that. Those are the warnings. So yes, you need to learn something over here. So what we have done, we have initial data request API over here. We're making the call, and we are making call only when user will be true, like authenticate will be true. But this is also the root component, and in the root application page, you can say like that. So when there we are not logged in, and because of that this authenticate will be false, and we will not make this call. And then after the login we will navigate to the some page like home page over here, new page, and this process is already completed, right? So yeah, this process is already completed and you are not able to get the data. So what you have to do, you have, if you're familiar with the class-based components, so this is kind of a structure, like we can call it component did mount, right? Component did mount. And there is one more life cycle, that is component did update. So component did mount gets called only once, okay, before the after the render, and component did update will be called again and again whenever data gets changed, right? So this time we will use component did update instead of component did mount. So here we'll say, okay, don't just call once, call whenever authenticate gets changed. So here we'll say auth dot authenticate, right? Whenever authenticate will be changed, then this use effect will be called exactly like component did update. Let's save this, okay, and let's sign out from the application, and let's relog in again. Share the web script.info, and here we'll say, okay, now let's submit the request. And yes, cool, let's go to the page, let's click on the create page, and this time we have all the related information. Okay, that's great, right? That's very great. And let's create a page, Apple again. So actually we are creating multiple Apple pages. That shouldn't that is not our requirement. We will have only one page based on one category. So we will also change schema of our database, but let's try to create now. We'll say Apple page, Apple description, and let's choose a file. These are just the random pages I'm going to create, because at the end I'm going to clear this collection. Okay, we'll create everything from the beginning. Okay, now let's track the network tab, track this request, clear the console, and now let's save. And you can see it's a create request, and that is 200. You can verify the URL also, API page create, and it got created. We have got the body, and after the request completion you can go and check your console, and wherever possible you can check, right? So after that we have got some error over here, that is cannot set headers after they are sent to the client, right? So it's because of one simple error we have because of our last video. So if you go to the MERN server side application, MERN backend application source, and like the page where we have created this controller page.js, and here somehow we are returning we have written this right, arrest.status.201. so this is the status response we are returning over here. So after that, once you are returned from the application, you cannot set a header again. When we are saying status 200, it means we are trying to update the request response header, right? So that is not possible. Once you are returned, then that is returned. So you can simply remove this of this line, that is unnecessary. Okay, now let's save this, and hopefully we will not get this error anymore. Let's reload the application, create page, and it will say Apple page title, Apple page anything, page description. Okay, now let's submit the request. Create, it's a 200 request, it is created. Now check the console, and you can see this time we are not getting any error. This is totally fine, right? So yeah, we have fixed that. And also, once you have got the request, we have to dispatch some action, and we have to make sure to disable this. Okay, so for that, what we can do, okay, so here we have something. Let's go to the admin app. Yeah, admin app, and let's go to the source. Let's go to the actions, and here we don't, here we have page actions, right? So we have to dispatch, we are dispatching a couple of actions over here: success, failure, and request. Now let's go to the reducer and create the reducer. So over here we have store reducers, and now let's create a reducer. We'll say page.reducer.js, and here we'll simply add the reducer, right? So but before that, let's go to the index.js and add the reducer over here also. We'll say import, yeah, page reducer, page.reducer, yep, and add here page reducer, save. Now let's go to the page reducer. Okay, so yep, here const init, or let's remove this is unnecessary. Okay, that's a different thing. So if you add a curly braces, then the scope of variable will be that place only. Now here we'll spread the state, and next thing, create request. So I will simply say loading is going to be true, right? Loading will be true. Once it will be success, then we will enable the loading, that is will make it false again, and there might we have a page, right? So here we will work on that page success later, but let's add this thing first. State, and over here we'll say loading also false, and we might have error. So we'll say action dot payload dot error, action dot payload dot error. Save it. And do we have any error? Also, don't forget to spread your current state, otherwise you are going to lose everything. So state spread, and then loading false, error. Yep, looks everything fine, and to me looks everything. Yep, so this is an arrow function, right? That was wrong. Now it's cool, and after that we'll say return state. So it's state, we are returning the state, and that is fine. Here we have page, and let's go to your let's use this state loading true and false. Okay, so let's go to the containers, and here we have new page. Let's go to the index.js, and now do we have use effect over here? Yes, we have a use effect over here, and we're going to write one more use effect. Okay, and let's get the page, let's get the reducer, right? So we'll say const page, or we'll simply say page equals to use selector state dot page, and here we are going to write page. Okay, so this page, if this page variables gets changed, then definitely we're going to execute this, and here we're going to do something important. First write the console.log, and we'll say the page. Okay, okay, we have this page over here. Now let's go and reload your application. Okay, let's create a page again, and let's see the console over here. Here we'll say Apple. Oh, how many times I'm gonna create Apple? Page description, clean the console. Now save, and you can see that use effect got executed 2 times. The first one is because of that loading gets true, as because of the create request. So because of the first dispatch, that is create page request, and here loading gets true, that's loading true, and for the second time page gets success, again we have executed a use effect, that is because of the change in variable value, right? So that is working as a component did update, and then it becomes false. So here we can see the 2 different state, one is true, one is false, right? And with the help of that we are gonna do something. Okay, so we'll say if page dot loading, page dot loading, that is a true or false, right? So if a page dot loading, okay, so here we'll say page dot loading, and that's a true, and that is for the create page, right? We can change the variable name like create loading or create page loading or something like that, but just for example, here we can say what you can do once we are done with the false. Where is our create page model? You can find the model, right? Where is the model? Create model, that is show, yep, this one. So here we can do something, set create model, and just make it false, right? Not just this, you can do a lot of things, like if you want to display a spinner, a loader, or if you want to display some text, you can do everything over here. Just set some state variables and then show that state variable on the component. Okay, so hopefully that's correct. So false. Now here, come here and let's reload the page. So this time we are not going to close our model by myself, but we will wait for the loading gets false or completed. Okay. Okay, what is that? Once again, so initially it will get true, and we'll see if it gets false, then it will be false. Okay, it should be reverse. Initially it is going to be false, right? Page loading is false, false will be true, and the set create model will get. What is going to happen? Let's go to your redux, and let's go to your state, and let's view the full state. Here we have page, here we have our loading false. Let's reload the application. State, page, and loading is false, so that loading is false, right? Create the page, Apple, page title, page description, choose file, save, and after the save it gets disappeared automatically. Why? Because of the loading, right? You know, here you can verify it. If you can go and you can see get create page success, and here you can check it. Okay, so the loading is false, and false, that it becomes true, and if it becomes true, that set create model gets executed, and once the set create model execute, make it false. Okay, other than that, you can do other things also, right? Now with the help of this page loading variable, we can do one more thing. We can do like once we have model, container, these are our form, right? Sidebar is cool. Render, create page model, button click. Yep, here we can do one thing. So here we can write like page dot loading. If loading is false, initially it will be false, right? And we'll do something. Let's write over here, and then we will show, so we'll do something else. So if initially the page loading will be false, and if it is false, we will display these two things. Okay. Okay, let's write it within the fragment. And when page loading is true, then we'll show something like creating page, please wait. Okay, now let's try this. Let's go to create page, select Apple or Realme, or Realme is cool, and page title is something, page description will be something, choose file, will some image, random image, save. Oh, just for the couple of seconds you might see that, right? You are not able to see. It's okay. Okay, you can try again. Let me show you here. Yeah, that's the page again. Let me change the, yeah, that is cool. So it'll say, just notice on this over around the, just focus your eyes around this create page. Okay, create page button. Okay, now save, and you can see the create page and loading. You can see that effect, right? We can also show some kind of loader also. Yeah, that's totally fine. Okay, after that what we can do, once we created the page, we can empty the variables. So here we have submit page form, and here we are doing dispatch create, and when we are in, where is that, yeah, page loading, and here we can say set title empty, set type empty, and set description empty, and set products empty array, set banners empty array. Okay, title description title 2 times, set category ID empty. Okay, category ID all empty. Okay, let's go and reload the application. Now let's go to the create page, try something, choose file, save, and yep, done. You have also seen create page loading effect. Now let's go to the create page again, and those are totally empty. Now you can create a new page. So this is how you can remove your form data, right? Also, we are going to fix few things. That is, we have to avoid title is required, right? And you can go and check over here. Okay, so what I thought of adding some more functions. So here we have submit page form. So instead of submit page form, I'm going to create a new property that is on submit form. Basically we have form in the model, right? Or you can keep it like on submit. Here you can see on, okay, you can copy this submit page form over here, and you can replace this with a normal arrow function with the set create model false. So if you press on the close button, then this will make the model false and model will be closed, but we have to write this on submit on the model. So let's copy and let's go to the components, let's go to the UI, let's go to the model, let's go to the index.js, and here we have onClick handle close. So instead of handle close, we'll say on submit. So that function will execute, and here handle close will be as it is. So it will simply close that is the close button, right? Now let's save this and let's try that again. So you can see the create page. Now click on this close, and yep, that is solved. So one problem is solved. This is how you can solve in all other places. If you press the save, okay, title is required and you're not going to submit the data. So go and inspect again. Let's go to the console and let's go create page. See, are you making any request? Nope, that is fine, right? Like this, we have something in the create in the category page. So if you go and check on the add, and here we have save. Right now we don't have on submit over here. So let's go to the category page. So here is our category and here is our index.js, right? And where is our form, boy? So just find your form. Here is our form which we are executing, update categories form. Let's find it from where we are executing this. So here we have update categories model, and here we have add category model, and here we have handle close. So yep, and here we'll say on submit. On submit we'll execute handle close from here, or you can write a different name that suits better, and here you can simply say, let's find your handle close. Yep, over here, and here we have set show. Let's copy this and let's navigate to again your handle close, and here you can say set show false. That is for the add category model, and handle close will be executed from the on submit. Okay, you can just rename it. Okay, let's see the output, and here you can go and let's click on this add and try to save. Okay, still not working. Okay, you can't save it. Close, and yeah, now you are able to close it without any problem. You're not making any request, right? Generally handle close was attached with this close button also, so if you're going to close this, you are making a request. Yep, no request. But why handle close isn't executed? Oh, yeah, I got it. So that's because of one more model actually. So if you see here, we have handle close, we have on submit, and here we have handle close, right? So we have to update in this model, add category model, which is again coming from a components folder, add category model, right? And here we have handle close, here we have model title. So here we are going to say on submit equals to, you can simply say props dot on submit, or you can extract from here on submit. On submit. Now let's try it again. Close it, add, save. Yep, so the close function is now getting executed, and you also made the request. That is not our priority, right? So when we are trying to save, we shouldn't make this create request call if the forms are empty. So we'll first go to the index.js, and where is our index.js? Here it is, and here where the first form, handle close. So instead of saying this, we'll simply check if the name triple equals to empty, then we'll simply return from here, okay, because you are not in the mood of saving anything. Or you can also show an alert, category name is required. Category name is required. Also you can say category name is required. Also, do we have any flag for the loading in our reducer? Or you can check over here, add, and you can go to the auth reducer, and we have category reducer, right? And here we have loading, right? Fine. And where is our create loading? Add new category request, and request. Okay, that's a add new category success. Add new category, that's a loading true. Add new category success, and update categories, loading false. Yep, success false. Failure also we write, say loading false, and expecting an error also, action dot payload dot error. Okay, right now we are not going to execute this failure. Okay, now let's go and go to your category. Here is our category. Okay, that's our category, and you can write here use effect, that's not an issue. Okay, so we'll say use effect. So this is an arrow function which expects something, and here we have category dot loading, category dot loading, and if category dot loading says set show false. This set show is only for the add category, set show false. Okay, so this is for like when you are updating successfully, then it is going to execute, right? Unexpected use of name, category index.js, line 6112. Okay, unexpected, that's actually category name. Save. And here you can see we can try to add, save, category name is required, and then that's it. Why? Category name is required, and you can do over here. If you want, you can show some message on the model itself. If you don't want, you can simply do set show, or set show will be false, or you can simply close it by this arrow by clicking on this close button. Okay, and now try add, and we'll say category name is required, and then it gets closed automatically like this. If you add a new category, then it is going to save also. So here we'll say new cat whatever, and let's say save, and new cat 334 is saved. Okay, so this is working fine. Now let's go and improve our code in the category, because here we have lots of code actually, right? And here what we can do, let us scroll a bit, find the long syntaxes, okay, or long text wherever we have written. Okay, if you feel like it should be in 2 lines, then you can simply break it from here, hit enter, and then it will be in another line, but I think that's fine. This is too long, right? This is kind of unreadable. You can simply hit enter and take it in the second line. This will also, and you can just simply format your document. Yep, this is fine. And or keep it, take it from here. There's a conditional check, and then format the document. Yep, next we have this, and this looks fine. Yep, here we have 2 buttons. Yep, and update category also you can add on submit. So we'll add over here also. We'll say on submit, and here we'll execute this form, update categories form, right? Now let's find this update categories form. So here we have update categories form, and here we're doing set update category model false. Let's cut it from here, right? And let's go and find your update category model. Here we have handle close. So let's remove this expression and write our arrow function, and here set category model false. Okay, let's remove the semicolon also. Now let's go and check everything working or not. Okay, let's click on this edit. We have nothing to update. Okay, let's select the last one, edit, and here we have something. Let's update it, and no request, right? Yep, we have to do in the update categories also, right? So let's go to the update categories model, and here we'll add a new property on submit, and here we'll say on submit, and we'll import from here on submit. Let's reload the application. Let's select the last one, that's a less risky. Hit edit. Let's check on the store, save the request, and you can see the get category data is here, right? So this update request is completed successfully, and we have updated the data also. Okay, after that you can do one thing. You can remove this, you can make this things empty, right? You can make the fields are empty, and over here we can go to the reducer, category.reducer, right? And where we are trying to update categories request, loading is true, loading is false, update categories success. When you are making a request, the loading true will be true, and once request gets completed, it will be false. Yep, category, and see here you can also add checks like category is empty. This is a different kind of validation. You have to loop through it to find to add the validations. Okay, so let it be as it is right now. Okay, this is one thing, and let's just do add up. Now let's try a few things by yourself. Whatever you can fix, just do the fix and let me know in the comment section. Okay, and what else we can do? Yep, the input, the main thing. So let's close the category, and here we have containers, here we have header, here we have UI, here we have input, index.js, and here we have form group, right? So I will simply create a new variable, let input, that's going to be null, and I will use a switch. Okay, and I will say type. Okay, so for the default I will say input equals to the default case. This is going to be the default. If if you are trying to use some input and we haven't specified the type, then this is going to be work as a default, like whatever in our current situation we have lots of places this input, right? So that is going to be a default. And let's remove this, use our input. Okay, now here we'll check the props.type, right? Say props.type for the cases, like case input type is text, case input type is text, then it will execute this one and this one together. Now case select. In this case we are going to add a break, and let's go and take this, copy this, paste over here. So for the select type, this is our generic input. Like this we can create n number of inputs, right? We can add many more different types of input. Okay, type is text, type is select. If type is select, then we're gonna say form group, select class form and control value on change option, props on change, props dot placeholder, props options dot length, option dot value, option dot name. Yep, looks fine. Okay, let's try it on our first page API, right? So here we have now let's try this on our new page, right? So if you go to the containers, you can check out, like we have a new page, index.js, and here we have our select. So for now I'm just going to comment it because that's kind of little risky. So I'll say input value and on change, on category change. Now we need to pass options. That's kind of interesting, options. And if you go here, we have cat underscore id, and I think we changed it in our helpers. Oh, where is helpers? So here is our helpers, linear categories. Now let's make this again our value for now. Okay, value, new page, options. Here we can say it's going to be an array, so it's categories. So options is categories, and we have values within the category. Also we have a name, value name, that is the requirement. Okay, value we have, name we have. Now let's go and check on the input. So yep, we have options. Yep. Now let's go to the category. Options is categories. Okay, so let's save this and let's try this out, our new input. And okay, so options is not defined on input UI model. Oh, where is our input? Index.js options. Okay, that is actually props.options. Props.value, props.options or length, props.options. Yep. Now let's go to the page, create page, and we are getting some values, right? Yep. So this is working, and we need to have a placeholder, props.placeholder with an empty value. So let's go to the new page again, and here we can say placeholder, and I can see select category. Okay, create page, select category, and we have everything, and it is also not working. Cannot read property type of undefined. Set category. Okay, on category change. So here it is value, category value, because we just changed it, right? Let's go to the create page. Let's try to change the value. Yep, it's working. So our input is also working, and hope this video is very helpful to you. And from now onwards, like whenever you are getting error or any trouble, you can show your piece of code which are not executable. So this, I hope this video is very helpful for you. And from now onwards, like if you're getting error or like you have some trouble with the code execution, your code is not execution, so I have a very good platform, webscript.info, right? So you can come to this platform and you can sign into the page or website. Okay, let me show you how it works. So you can go with anything, sign in with Google. So it will take you to a page like would you like to follow some interests. So these are the interests, like whatever you are interested, you can follow some of them or none of them, it's totally up to you. But if you follow some of them, then you are going to get all the relevant posts based on these interests. Okay, so you can continue or you can simply skip it. Okay, now we have something, a right post over here. Click on this right post. Okay, this looks normal, but you can do a lot of things with this. So for example, if you are getting an error, just write the title for you are getting some error or anything. For example, code is not executing, or just copy the line of errors or line of warning from your application to this over here, like any warning, anything, whatever you're getting. For example, save. So here we are getting this error, right? So just copy this line, copy, or you can copy this also, line page access, anything is fine. It's just an example. So like this, so this is one thing, starting, or you can write your sample message like I am getting error, please someone can help, or your choice of message. Make sure to hit enter after completing your message or one paragraph or anything. It will take you to another paragraph, then you can write furthermore lines like this. Okay, hit enter. Make sure to hit enter. Next you can see the pencil tab over here. You can change this to make it a code, right? So if you go to your web application again and you'll see line number 47, you can go to the line number 47. Oh, that is the line, and here you're getting error. You can simply copy all the relevant piece of code. You can copy, so you can copy here, right? And you can see you have a plus button over here. Click on the plus button. Next you can you have this code again. If you want to write a paragraph, you can change this to the paragraph, otherwise you can code it again. And you can post more, you can add some more relevant code, like this is the category, right? So you can simply go and copy the category code, like how you're getting the category, for example, like this, all the relevant codes. Okay, so this is my category. Or you can, don't forget to write add a paragraph or anything which makes sense, right? So you can say I'm getting category from here, and then change this to this. Okay, plus you can mention a lot of things over here, and this kind of thing you have to do, that's a compulsory one. So in tag interest, so this looks like React.js. You can simply type React and you can get React.js. And browse cover photo. If you want, you can share the screenshot also of the error. You can simply browse cover photo and you can select the cover photos. Okay, then do publish, and your post added successfully. And whoever who is following me or anyone who is following that series can help you, right? You can go to the recent tab and you can see that there's an error, src new page. Oh, that's an error, or somebody can help you, right? So these are the posts, they can comment you. So over here we can have some visualization, and like we can find your solution easily. Okay, so this is it. From now onwards, try to do this, and for rest of the comment, YouTube is great. Okay, fine. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Bye bye.